Surely survivor difficulty won't be that bad, right?
Oh my god, I needed 2 more shots and he was dead.
Piece of shit.
I set myself the goal of 100%ing the BioShock trilogy, and we're starting with BioShock Remastered is the first game in the trilogy, which I also played back in 2022. Back then, I enjoyed the story and didn't think about the achievements, and honestly, that left me with the worst possible list. This time around, I had to finish the game without harvesting a single little sister, beating it on hard, on survivor, and of course both of them with no Vita-Chambers, plus of course the 3 DLCs. So naturally, I started directly on survivor with Vita-Chambers disabled, which means if I die, I restart from my last save, and I'm not a person to save often.
Oh my god, he one-shotted me and I didn't save.
No new game plus, no upgrades, and no memory of the gameplay. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The big daddies made me think twice about this run. If you want to see more content like this, a like and subscribe means a lot. And because that sounds just like an incredible amount of fun, let's jump straight into it. Rapture is still one of the most beautiful horror environments ever made. And that descent into Rapture, oh my god, gets me every single time. The bathysphere drop, and then Andrew Ryan's voice fills the dark.
Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow?
And then the city. Rapture, a libertarian underwater utopia built by a man who decided the surface world was too small for his ego. No gods, no kings, only man. You arrive and Rapture is already a corpse. The New Year's Eve attack happened before we got here. The people who built this city are now splicers hunting you through it. Addicted to Adam, surgically mutilated, repeating fragments of their former lives on loop. And now you're here, a plane crash survivor who has no memory.
This gives me vibes of Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
A radio voice in your ear.
Man, either everyone in this game is so goddamn polite, or what is with the "would you kindly" is already the 3rd or 4th time I hear that.
And a needle full of lightning in your arm. On Survivor, those first splices hit hard, like genuinely hard. 2 or 3 hits and you're dead.
Oh, this is the little fella that we saw on the bridge.
It's alright. I know he'll be an angel soon.
She predicts it. She knows it. It's coming. It's coming soon.
On a normal run, you just bounce back at a Vita-Chamber and keep going. But I turn those off. So every death means reloading my last save. We get our first real look at a little sister. Their entire purpose is to extract Adam from corpses. Adam is the most valuable resource in Rapture. So naturally, everyone wants it. And that's when the Big Daddy comes in. They have only one job: to protect the little sister. And they are terrifyingly good at it. Massive drill, brute strength, and no hesitation. The medical pavilion is where the game teaches you its rhythm. Electrobolt a splicer, wrench them while they're stunned, loot, repeat, and that's it. It's almost meditative. Well, until Dr. Steinman. He believes that being ugly is a disease, and he wants to cure this disease by making people beautiful. But it's not kind of working the way he plans to. So we decide to take him out. It's not difficult in a mechanical way. And at least for me, it wasn't difficult. Mainly because I had help. We also have an encounter with another little sister. This time around, a splicer is trying to get the atom that she's carrying. However, a new character called Dr. Tenenbaum shoots him dead. Atlas tells her that we need the atom that the little sister is carrying, but she insists on us not harvesting the little sister, and instead she throws us a plasmid that will turn her back into a normal child, and insists and asks us once again to rescue the little sisters. And I also have to specify Dr. Tenenbaum is actually the one who created the little sisters. Crazy. And eventually the game asks you the one question that defines the entire experience: harvest or rescue? And in order for me to finish the entire 100%, I do need to rescue all of them. All of them. Which means fighting loads of big daddies. Holy sweet baby Jesus, pray for me, cause I sure did. Holy Ooh.
Wait, is there another one? Another one just came. Wait, what? Why did another one spawn? Why did an... That was just... Jesus. It says that I rescued all the little sisters in this level. Okay. Okay. But why the hell is Big Daddy spawning one after the other in the same room? Does this mean that I can farm him over and over again for money?
The remaining part of this area is nothing really interesting or important. I just mainly focused on exploration, trying to collect as many things as possible to give me an advantage of the next possible encounter with a Big Daddy. And when that was done, we were ready to progress to the next area, and that is Neptune's bounty. The game probably thought that I was enjoying a little bit too much because it spawned a new variation of the Big Daddy right at the start of the level. That wasn't such a good idea.
Oh my god. Oh my god, wait, oh my god. I don't know how to kill that bastard. Holy crap.
Here's the part where we encounter new variations of monsters, new Big Daddies, new variations of the Big Daddies, new collectibles, new things to explore, but more than that, a new mechanic. And because we already have 3 little sisters saved, Dr. Tenenbaum sent a little sister to drop us a gift. And that gift is full of atom, plasmids, money, hues, and everything else. Which I totally take it. Moving deeper into Neptune Bounty, we find a man called Pitch Wilkins, and he will allow us to pass further only if we do him a favor. Now the favor he wants is to go and find a specific camera which apparently analyzes the genetic structure from the pictures. Yeah. So basically he wants us to take a picture of a specific enemy called a spider, but for the achievement you actually need to fully research every single monster type. I already have this achievement, but I still did it once again, mainly because the extreme bonuses it gives. So on this difficulty, I definitely need every single bonus I can get. Before we return to Peach, I made sure that we get our last little sister. I better say, I tried to. Oh my god. Oh my god. Man, I was so close. Ooh, sweet baby Jesus.
You saved me. Time for bed, Mr. B.
Darling Masha, we don't know what has happened to you. Ryan's men have taken you away and said you are
Oh my
in a
god.
safe
Oh my god, I can't believe this. I'm so stupid. I am so stupid.
After we manage to do all that, we return back to Peach and he opens the door but suddenly asks us to leave our weapons behind, which is extremely suspicious if you ask me. But we do so, and of course we enter a trap. And so we have to fight the man himself. However, before starting the fight, I made sure to hack the camera, which ended up in Peach actually triggering the alarm and sending a load of drones his way, which ended up being a very easy fight. We also managed to find an upgrade station, which from now onwards will allow us to finally upgrade weapons. And now it's time to actually find Atlas' family and save them. As soon as we approach the bathysphere, Andrew Ryan blows it up. The problem is, inside that, it was Atlas' family. And because of that, Atlas swears revenge on Andrew and his city as well. And with that, we progress to the next level, which is Arcadia. This level is actually the heart and soul of the entire city, mainly because of all the trees and plants that are present, and is extremely beautiful. This is also the place where they are generating oxygen for the entire city.
The minute we came here, Masha started screaming, Mama, Mama, what is that? What is that? I thought she was having some kind of seizure. And then I realized, trees. Never saw one before. Thought they were monsters.
In here we'll go again through loads of splices a new type of enemy called Houdini, which is basically teleporting around, and of course the newer variant of the Big Daddy. I really miss the OG version because this one definitely doesn't do it for me.
I would have had him. Is he gonna come here? He's gonna go take the little sister. Fuck. I didn't see that. Oh my god, I was so close. Ah, I'm so idiot. I'm so idiot. No. Fuck off. Fuck off. Got him. I got him.
In order to reach the bathysphere that will allow us to get to Andrew Ryan's office, we need to drop by Julia's as we need to open the gate forward. However, as soon as we reach her office, she tells us that Andrew Ryan released a chemical into the air which is supposed to end all life on Arcadia. And she sent us on a hunt to find a specific rose. Once we managed to get that, Andrew Ryan released a substance into her office which unfortunately killed her. But before she died, she left us the code to the safe and sent us on a hunt to find the 3 pieces of the formula which will cure and restore the plant.
Little Sister's orphanage. Ah, so they were orphaned.
Once that's done, we return to Julia's office where we trigger the system that will release the cure. Unfortunately, while the cure is being prepared and released, we have to survive waves and waves of enemies. This is way easier said than done because I don't know how, but a Big Daddy also got stuck in the same room. After I managed to hack every single turret in the room, the fight was finally in my advantage. Well, at least until the Big Daddy actually destroyed every single turret that I had. But overall, manageable. And just like that, we unlock the gate to the bathysphere, which will direct us to Fort Frolic. This level is Rapture's entertainment district, the Las Vegas of the ocean floor. Shows, live music, gambling, and whatever you want. And I'm not even going to lie, but I didn't even enter properly this level and I've already been scammed and insulted way worse than I could ever imagine.
So, you have a plot picked out yet?
What?
Sweetheart, maybe you should ask somebody else for advice.
Why do I pay you then? Fortune teller tells me to ask someone else for advice. What is that? Give me my money back.
And the man running it all is Sandler Cohen, an artist, director, gallery owner, and naturally, a complete psychopath. Cohen greets us by trapping us, and with that, masked performance surround the bathysphere. And he has a request.
I test all my disciples. Some shine like galaxies, and some...
I'm not gonna lie, I've done some weird things for achievements, but becoming Sandler Cohen's personal hitman / art critic, that's kinda a new low. The first one on the list is Fitzpatrick. He is playing the piano extremely beautiful.
I'm trying!
But he doesn't know what's coming for him. And with that, he's the centerpiece now. The remaining 3, I'm gonna be honest with you, is exactly the same 3 more times. Find them, kill them, photograph them, add them to the board. Cohen calls it art, but unfortunately I call it a to-do list with more blood. The only thing that's interesting between all these sections is just a few deaths and of course the Big Daddies.
Why do I have the vague impression that his mom, daddy?
Huh?
Let me explain. Jasmine Jolene is an exotic dancer and entertainer at Eve's Garden in Rapture. On top of that, she was Andrew Ryan's favorite girl. She was desperate for money, so she sold her fertilized egg to Dr. Tenenbaum, who was working for Frank Fontaine. And when Andrew Ryan discovered that Jasmine sold her fertilized egg, he flew into a rage and killed her. And guess who was the result of that egg?
Wait, how is there a little sister? There shouldn't be any little sisters left. Woohoo! Oh my god. I don't know why he has the little sister, because I got all of them in this section. Why is he standing still? And by the way, she's not rescued. Why is he standing still? I'm confused. I thought you can't have more little sisters than what it is on the map. See? I have 4 or 3. How?
So apparently there is a way to spawn a 4th little sister, and it can happen if you delay certain areas. I am not really sure how and what, but yeah, I was extremely confused. But here's the thing, Cohen is genuinely one of the best characters in this game. He's terrifying, but also kind of, you want to see what he does next, right? Which is probably exactly how his disciples felt, right? Well, before he had them murdered and framed. So, with all 4 portraits on the wall, the masterpiece is complete. Cohen finally emerges to admire the work, genuinely moved by his own vision, and it's almost touching. But I kinda need him alive, so I just let it be anyway. And with that, Cohen finally reopens the bathysphere, and we can finally go and confront Andrew Ryan. Next, we head to Hephestus. This is the industrial heart of Rapture. This is basically where the power for the entire city is being produced. Andrew Ryan has been a voice on the radio this entire time, a presence, a philosophy. But now we're actually going to meet him, and to do that we need to go through his security, which means building an AMP bomb. Because nothing says visiting hours like walking into a man's city, tearing apart his power core and vaulting through his front door. The bomb requires 3 components scattered across Hephestus. And this section is, I'm gonna be real, one long escort mission with extra steps. You fight, you dodge, you collect pieces, you assemble the bomb, and that's it. But is also the point where survivor difficulty reminds you that every single enemy can end you in 2 hits.
Oh my god! Oh my god, he killed me!
But here's what matters. The closer you get to Ryan, the more the game starts asking questions it hasn't asked before. But with that, Andrew Ryan is waiting. He doesn't run, he doesn't fight, he just starts talking.
A man chooses, a slave obeys.
And then he explains everything. We, who are named Jack, were born in Rapture only 4 years ago. But we were genetically modified to age rapidly. Do you remember that part with Jolene selling her fertilized egg? Well, now we know who came out of that egg. Technically, you are Andrew Ryan's illegitimate son. And Frank Fontaine designed you to obey orders that all started with one phrase.
I was right.
Would you kindly? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find it? Would you kindly find it? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch?
Atlas has been saying it the entire game, and you did it every single time because you never had a choice. When Ryan and Fontaine's were reached a stalemate, Fontaine commanded you to board a plane, use a hidden gun in the present from mom and dad to hijack it. And just like that, you crashed into the ocean. And now Ryan wants to go out on his own terms. So he gives us one final demonstration of would you kindly obey. And so we do. But here's the thing, just because there isn't enough of a plot twist yet, once we deactivate the destruction, Atlas comes back on the radio and takes the mask off. Atlas was Frank Fontaine all along, the entire game. Every would you kindly, every rescue, every other, one man playing both sides, using you as his weapon. And now, thanks to our work, he's finally in control of Rapture, just like he always wanted. Oh man, I can't even believe what a little prick he is.
Oh my god, they're helping me. I died. I died, didn't I? Yep.
We're definitely not dead, and we wake up in Dr. Tenenbaum's safe house. And apparently she did a surgery on us which disabled Fontaine's ability to control us with would you kindly. And when we thought that we're finally free, Fontaine has another ace up his sleeve. This time around, he can stop our heart. But since the heart is a very stubborn muscle, it will take some time to do so. And in order to stop the connection, we need to find and drink 2 potions, which will help us stay alive. But as usual, our journey is not an easy one.
Oh my god, I don't know how I died. Oh my god, oh my... I was so stupid.
We also visit Cohen's apartment and finally take him out. After we drank the last tonic, finished exploration, and of course took over all the little sisters, we are finally ready to go to the next and last section of the game, which is called Point Prometheus. And this is the place where all started, where they actually took orphan girls and made them into little sisters. We are being greeted by Fontaine himself, who took a very large dose of Adam, and of course we have to chase him down. He managed to escape because he breaks the lock mechanism to one of the doors and locked himself in. Now the only way to move forward is if we become a Big Daddy ourselves. And I kinda like that idea. But in order to do that, we need to get every single piece of the Big Daddy outfit. We have to make certain enhancements to make the little sisters trust us, like using pheromones or completely ruin our vocal cords. Before we proceed forward towards Fontaine, we have to make sure to rescue all the remaining little sisters. After that's done, we call our own little sister and we have to start the escort mission. Now, the little sister would start leading us through proving grounds where she stops at 3 corpses to harvest Adam. Every single time she stops, there will be waves and waves of splices coming to kill you. Now, originally I tried to do this without the little sister losing any bit of HP, but I realized that on Survivor I should be way more attentive to my own HP rather than the little sister. So in the end, I didn't care about her HP as long as she was still alive. But eventually the little sister finishes and opens the door to Fontaine's lair. At the top we find Frank Fontaine, or better say, what's left of him. He's strapped to a plasmid machine and he's been pumping himself full of atoms since the second we killed Ryan. And what we find is not a man. The fight has multiple phases. At first, he cycles through plasmids, and as soon as we get him to a certain HP point, he goes back to drain some more.
Catch my breath.
Now, every single time he goes back, he changes a little bit. The second phase, he gets faster and more aggressive. And the third time, that's where things get interesting. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, I wish I would also receive some sort of come on.
Need a minute. And I'm gonna cut you into bits.
One second. Oh my god, I think I did it. Please don't tell me it has another one. But at some point, the little sisters come pouring into the room. And this is the moment. The one moment in the entire game where your choices actually matter. If you harvested them, you're alone. If you rescued them, they swam Fontaine and drain him. Oh my god, I did it.
They offered you this city.
And without Vita, I was so scared about that one. And we get the best possible ending scene I could have ever imagined. We actually took the little sisters to the surface and we can see them in a classroom, in a garden, growing up, living normal lives. Or better say, as normal as you can after being a slug implanted Adam factory in an underwater dystopia. That's a lot. And Jack grows old, surrounded by the girls he saved. And that is an amazing ending to an amazing masterpiece of a game. And I cannot even describe how I felt after I finished this game because it was absolutely amazing. The survivor difficulty, it wasn't what I expected. I was expecting to be way worse than what it was. But in result, the only hard parts that I had were with the big daddies. But if we ignore the big daddies, everything else was pretty much easy. And if you like that, then would you kindly like and subscribe for more content? So with the main game done, it is time for the 3 challenge room DLCs. And to 100% the game, we need to clear all of them. Now, these aren't story expansions, they're puzzle rooms. Small, self-contained levels where your goal is always the same: save the little sister. And to do it, you have to navigate some very specific and very frustrating rules. I did all 3 of these on medium difficulty, mainly because it was not allowing me to change difficulty and I had no idea why. So, whatever. The first DLC is called The Eye in Team, and it gives you a decoy plasmid and a room full of turrets. The catch is you can't use any offensive weapons. No range, no guns, no plasmids that deal damage. You have to trick a big daddy into the turret and let them do the work. Now, the only difficulty that I had with this DLC was actually passing over the turret. Oh my god. Okay, and now...
Thanks, Mr. Bubbles.
Hey! The second DLC is called A Shocking Turn of Events and is built around a Ferris wheel. You have to rotate it by shocking a switch. Each shock moves it one position. The little sister is trapped inside and you have to get her out. Now the challenge here isn't the enemies, but is figure out where your next electric charge is coming from. And once again, we need to rescue the little sister, speedrun it in under 4 minutes, collect all 10 roses, and I'm not even exaggerating, but I had to look up a guide for this one because I was completely lost. Come on. Come on. Jump already, girl.
Thank you, Mr.
Hey. Cool. And now I need to redo it so I can get the remaining roses. Yep. Okay.
Thanks, Mr. Bubbles. Bubbles and sunshine.
To do the wheel 9 times, I think. Hey. Cool. And then the last but not least, the World of Hurt. And this one is an endurance test. You have to navigate room after room of enemies. One is dedicated to Big Daddies only, one to splicers, one to Houdini, one to turrets, one is mixed with all of them, and so on and so forth. Once you clear one room, you need to go to the next one. And all lead to a central dome where the little sister is trapped. First run was basically just survive and understand how the rooms work. Which basically means clear every room, kill the final wave, and save the little sister.
Thanks, Mr. Bubbles. Bubbles and
Yeah, I didn't manage to get it. The second one was the speed run, which we have to complete in under 15 minutes. And let me tell you, 15 minutes sounds generous until you actually do it. The biggest problem here is not the enemies itself, as the crossbow definitely carries you, at least if it's fully upgraded, but is the time itself. Hey.
Mr. B. Bubbles and sunshine.
And last but not least, the third run was wrench only and collecting all 8 roses. And as you might expect, my biggest problem with this one was clearing the big daddies.
That was it? And this should be the last one. Come on, give it to me.
Thank you, Mr. B.
Yes! Cool. That is... Yep, 100%. Yes!
And just like that, the grind is over. The base game, survivor difficulty, all 3 DLCs, and every single achievement.